Hey guys, awesome. Welcome to another opportunity to learn and code together. All right, today we're going to be looking at static libraries. This is a project we are taking a look at today. I know you are excited, and it has been a while really, and I've got my hands on this and that lately, but I'm back. It's glad to have you guys right here today. All right. So for this particular project, we are going to be looking at static libraries, and for this, I'll have to say this. I wanted to do a video where I'll have to explain how the files works, for each of the files. But because of based on popular requests from some of us, they really needed me to do a breakdown of this project first before before the other one. So I promise you guys that I'm working on a video when I'll be explaining how each code works for the files, all right, for the project. All right. So this, I just need to do a quick one for this. Keep that in mind. So let's dive right into this. I'll just look through. I'll tell you what's going on in the code, and we just do it the normal way. But I'll advise you, for Kimba, you have to do not just copy what I have here. Make some changes to the code so that it will suit your project, so that you'll be able to beat Kimba. All right, that's the aim. So let's dive right into what we have here. Let me split my screen. Okay, so I have this, and for this project, before I go on, let me just do a quick rundown. You can read the requirement, as usual. Just look through the project requirement. All right, like you already know, we'll be seeding into that, creating our readme.md main.h underscore putchar.c and all that. So what are libraries? What are libraries, you want to ask? All right, let me break it down a bit so that you understand what I'm talking about. Libraries are a collection of priority code that you can use in your own program. All right, codes that you can use, priority code. It might be another programmer, it might be yourself, but you can have access and use those codes in your program. So basically, there are two types from what we have here: static and dynamic libraries. So static libraries are more like, see it as a big container, a big box of tools that are ready to go, where you can create a program. You can use a static library to add the tool you need right into your program. All right, that's a static library. You have the tools. They are pre-written code, predefined for you to use in your program. But what about dynamic? For dynamic libraries, they are more like having a tool you can borrow and use in your program. So what are the advantages? In a way, dynamic libraries, though we are looking at static library, I'm just trying to do a rundown generally. The main advantage of dynamic libraries is that they can be used by multiple programs simultaneously. All right. So again, I want to ask, why use libraries? Library makes our code goes faster, and we have good program modularity and code reuse. Like, you have a program, you build the code once, or somebody build it, you can reuse it over and over again. So that's basically the idea behind libraries. Having said that, we are going to, this, by the way, this is web time. So let me do cd root. I believe you are following cd root. Okay, now that we are sure we are in the root directory, I'm going to navigate into our ALS low-level programming directory. So I'm going to do cd. So let me just copy this ALS low-level. So I do cd, I'm going to paste that in, All right, so I'm in ALS. Okay, yeah, this is another, a new directory, 0x09 static library. So what you're going to do, you're going to create this directory. I believe you are used to that code or that line of code already, mkdir to make a directory. Then you pick this up. All right, just going to take that and paste it here. So if I click enter, so it's going to throw an error, of course, that I have that directory created already. Yeah, I have that. I've worked on this project before now, so I have that already. So I'm going to see this. Since I have that, I'm going to change directory into the 0x09 static library. So you see, I'm in that directory already. So next thing we're going to do, from our instructions, our project requirement, we should have a readme. All right, we should have a readme file, main.h_pucha. So one after the other, we're going to create those files. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to do vi readme.md. So readme.md. All right, if I do that, it's going to, this the content of my readme. All right, like this is not compulsory. Like you mustn't put this into your code. You can put just this heading into your code. All right. By the way, if you look here, this in the GitHub page, this is going to be bold. Why? If you are writing yours and you want a heading, you want to create a heading, just add the hashtag. Add the hashtag to it. It's going to make it bolder. So create a readme. You should just ensure you don't have an empty readme. That's going to work. All right. So after doing that, you should have a readme.md file inside your directory. So what I'm going to do now is to press escape. :WQ, which is to save and quit. So I've created the readme file. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and create the main.h file. So how do I do that? I'm just going to copy main.h from here, Ctrl+C. Then I come back here, I do vi, go ahead and paste main.h. All right, so how will I get the content of my main.h? If you may ask, you are wondering, if you look at this project, they gave us some prototype. They are here, look at them here. So this is the content of your main.h file. So don't want you to ask too many questions. Oh, how do you get this? How do you get that? They are right here for you to put into your main.h file. So what you just need to do, if I click here, enter, you see, you just have to say, if not define main_h, define main_. So you have this and you put those prototypes. They gave you the prototype. And at the end of the day, you're going to end it with this command, end it. All right, that's what you do for your main.h file. So have you done that? You're going to save, exit, escape, :WQ to write or save and quit. So I press enter. That will be the content of my main.h file. So the next thing I'm going to do right away is to create what? So if you're wondering what other file can you create, of course this, you are supposed to create your _pucha, and they gave you look at this line, you are allowed to use _pucha, and if you open this, they gave you some code to put into your _pucha. So let's see. Oh, it's taking some time. Let's see. All right, it's loaded. So you have this. So you put this into the content of your _pucha. So just go ahead and pick this up. You copy this code. All right, that should form the content of your _pucha. Okay, so I haven't created the underscore picture. So I'll just go ahead and create that file. So that will be vi underscore picture.c. So if I hit enter, you see the code here is what you have here. So if you look critically, it's just the same thing, exactly what you have here. You are not going to bother your head about that. Just pick it up from here. They gave you that to use. So you come back here, you do your escape, column WQ to save and quit. All right. Press enter. So we've created 3 files right now: readme.md, main.h, as well as picture underscore picture.c. So these are the 3 files we have. All right, so we've done that. So the next thing we are going to do right away is to create the other files. So where are they coming from? Where are these files? So if you look at what you have here critically, for this first task, create the static library libmine.a containing all the functions listed below. So all these functions prototype are going to be included in your files. So how are you going to go about this? But here you have, if you haven't coded all of the above functions, create empty ones with the right prototype. Don't forget to push. All right, so you are going to use these prototypes that we have here, this one right here, or these ones, to create the files, okay? And the files are what they are going to make up this libmine.a. So libmine.a is a library that contains aggregate files or function. Better still, let's use the word function. So it's a library. It contains different functions which that contain different files where you have different functions. Let me put it that way. I believe you understand what I'm talking about. So if you look at what is here, these files ended in .o. So what you are going to do, you are going to create the .c version of all the files you have here. Do you get that? The .c version. All right, the .c. That's what you are going to create. That's what you are going to have. So just permit me to copy this. So I come here. I'm going to do vi. I paste that file. All right, so instead of .o, it's going to be .c. So if I click enter, so this is the content. Like I said earlier, please take note of this. But it's talking about Kimber right now. So for this, I have promised to do another video where I will explain how this code works. But because of time, I might not, if I do one, I might not be able to do others. So, but basically, you should know what's happening. This is the header, the content, the comment section, and the function, prototype, and how it works. All right. So I'm going to have a separate video for this. But my candid advice: don't put exactly what you have here. Make changes to this code. Change the comment. Come here. Okay. If the prototype are not the same, of course the prototype are the same for the function. So just make a little adjustment, especially here on the comment section. In your code, please do that. So this is what you should have in your 0-i is upper.c, created the .c. All right. So I'm going to escape, shift column WQ to save and quit. So I have that file created. All right, I have that file created. So the next one will be this. I'll just run through this. Okay, there will be the next one. Vi, paste that. We're going to paste that instead of .o. Remember, always change it to .c. Okay, like I said, this is it. You are including your main.h into this file. Include main.h. This is your comment. All right, your comment section. Okay, then you have your prototype for your function, and for this function you have your pointer to this S value, which is return, which the return value is the data type will be the return data type. What I'm talking about, it will be character, then B return character, then N is an unsigned int. So I'm going to talk about that. I don't want to do one and leave the others. So this is what you have in this particular file for 0-memset.o. So after doing this, make adjustment, please, guys. Make adjustment. I love you. I want you to. I don't want Kimber to flag you. So make adjustment. Do your best to do that. So what can you do here? You have int a equals 0. So you can make adjustment. Change it to something else. B, C. Okay, you already have. Okay. S is constant. S is in the prototype. Look at it. The prototype for 0-memset. Main set. Where am I having that? Okay, look at it. Okay, S is constant. B, they gave you all this value, these alphabets, you know, here. So what you can make changes to will be this A. Change it to I, change it to something else. And of course, if there is a function for, there are other ways to write for. You can initialize this this line here. You are initializing A to be 0. First, you are declaring, you know, an integer A, then assigning the character, assigning 0 to A. You can do that here, you know, rather than this. Come here for this for, say A equals 0, then N greater than 0, A plus plus. You can do that there, all right? So make some little changes. Change your A to something else. So this is mine, and this code it works fine. I want you to have the same. All right. So after doing that, you can do your escape colon WQ. All right. So after doing that, you create the next one, VI. Zero stratcard.c. We are creating .c, so we're going to create the .c version of what we had there. So I'm going to copy and paste that. So I use .c. Hit enter. This is it. All right. This is it. So like I said, make changes, make changes, make changes. So after you've done that, the next thing you are going to do, you are using a while loop. Of course, like I said, I'll do an extra video. So let's just do a rundown through this. So after doing that, you do your escape colon WQ to save and quit. You go to the next file, you create it. 1 is digit.o. You are creating the C version, the .c version. So you paste this. I remove .o. I put in .c. I click enter. This is it. All right. You know where to make changes and suit it, customize it to be yours. Okay. This doesn't require more changes though. Doesn't require more changes. Make changes to the comment section. I believe you can do that, right? Make changes to the comment section. Let it be that it's specific. It's unique to you. All right. Once you are done with that, you can do your escape. Column WQ. You save and quit. So after that, you move to the next one. All right. One meme cpy.o. We're going to create the .c version. So I do vi. I paste this .c. This is what we have. All right. You do that. I'll be a little fast now. After you are done, you do your escape. Column WQ. You save and quit. Then the next one. You do vi. .c, all right, save and quit. You know, make adjustment to your code. Like I said, I'm working another video. Please, guys, believe me, I want us to do this together, understand how the code works. So after that, you do your escape, WQ to save and quit. All right. So after that, you do the next one. Do the next one. Okay. You do your VI. You paste that, change it to .c, hit enter. This is it. All right. Make adjustment to your own codes. Mine, this is what I have. You know, make adjustment, make it unique to yourself. So after that, you do your escape. 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 Then WQ, save and quit. Let me just run down quickly. You do this. You do VI. Is the .c version we are creating, so you do that. This is what you have, you know. So make adjustments, have your code. Then, please, if I say adjustment, understand the adjustment you are making so that the code will not entirely stop working, all right? Though I'm going to have a video, watch out on that. So escape, WQ, save and quit. All right, the next one, you have it here. VI, I put that in, having the .c version. All right, you have that. Put that in. Once you are done, you escape, WQ. You move to the next one. You copy. Do VI, you paste .c. Yeah, this is what you have. Please look through this, I'm a little faster because I want to run down to show you what you're going to do next. Please study this code and I will do that with you. All right, so after that, do your escape, WQ. Do the next one. Do VI. Paste. All right. .c. Okay. So this is what you have. When you are done with that, you do your escape, WQ. Then go to triputs.o. Create the .c version. VI. triputs.c. All right, this is what you have. We are using a while loop here. Okay, we're using a while loop. All right, in a while loop. So this is our prototype. Function name underscore put to return a void, a value void. So to return this type void, sorry, it's a value to return type void. So you do your escape, WQ. So this will be the next one. So you come here, VI, put that, creating the .c version. So remember to change it to .c. This is what you have. All right. So once you are done, again you escape, WQ. Move down to the next one. All right. So you take that .o file, then create the .c version. .c, okay. Then enter, manipulate, make changes. All right. Change this to YT, this A, change it. All right, you can then here you can change, use T anywhere you see, just change A to T and the program will work. All right, so escape colon WQ. Then the next one is this. You do VI. Paste that in. All right. .c. Okay. So you put this. All right. Then make changes to your comments for Kimber. You understand that. All right. So this is your file. You escape colon WQ. So this is the next one. Copy that. VI. Paste. .c. All right. So you have the program right there. Don't worry. We are going to explain this concept in the having another video, to explain how this code works. So escape column WQ. So let's have this. You have VI. Paste that in. Looking at the .c version. So this is it. This is it. Tailor it to yours. All right. But haystack, pointer to Nindo, they are constant. They were given as the arguments, the parameters inside this function. So don't change that. You don't change that. They are the arguments or the parameters inside this function. So what you have the liberty to change would be A, B, A and B, you can change it to C and D, E and F, whatever, But don't change the parameters given here. All right? So escape colon WQ. Copy. Create the .c version VI. .c. All right. So this is what you have. This was given as, they gave you this n, right? As the argument or the parameters to this function. So that one, leave it the way it is. All right. Make changes to the comment if there is nothing to change in the program, the function. All right. So after you do that, just WQ. Then lastly, meanwhile, take note we have created the underscore push jar file. So we are going to create the last one right now. 9 str string copy dot o 9 str cpy dot o. So we are creating the .c version. So I'll do vi, paste that. So this is .c. Okay. So enter. This is what you have. All right. Change this int. This is your variables. You declared variable a and b, you initialize them to be 0. Change it to cd, ef, whatever, ik, ij. So make it yours. All right, customize it. All right, but don't change this. dest destruct, don't change this socks. Point out to this. They are argument to this function. This is the function, and this function is to return a character as the data type. Okay, so once you have done that, you do your escape column WQ. Like I said, we have created Look at this. We have created all of this underscore pusher has been created already right here. It's right here. So we have created all these files. So that is the first step. That is the first step to creating this static library. So after creating the files, then you have them inside the directory. All right. After you do that, what next? What are you going to do next? You have to ensure that the files you created, that you have to test them with Betty to ensure that all the files are Betty compliant and follow the Betty documentation style. I believe you understand what I'm talking about. So you have to test the files with Betty to ensure that they are Betty compliant. So if you do Betty, okay, let's still go the same way. Just going to do for a few, and I believe once you understand it, you can check for the others. Okay? Why are we doing Betty this time? So that when we are compiling the file, so that they will not return any error. Because we are going to compile this file using GCC. So at the compilation, if there is a mistake, there's an error, the file will not compile. All right? So that is why we are going to test with Betty to ensure that they are in order, they follow Betty documentation style, and they are well done before we proceed. So that's the next thing we're going to do right now. So just follow suit. So I paste that. Remember, we are saying we are using .c, beg your pardon. So always remember to change that. So I check with Betty. So Betty is running a check. So it returned the function name. So that means this particular file, this first one, is Betty compliant and follow the Betty documentation style. So once you have done that, you move to the next one. You do for this, copy that, Betty, all right, paste, .c, remember, okay, all right. You see, that is how you are going to check for these files again, guys. Because if you compile the files and there's an error, you're going to your .o file. Of course, I'm going to talk about that. The executable .o file, there will be problem, all right, because they're not going to compile properly because your code did not follow Betty standard. So after you've done that, let me just clear here for now. So you check Betty for all of them. I believe you take this next one, Betty, remember change it to .c, Betty. You know, if there's a problem, you go back to the code and try and fix it. You VI into the file and fix it, all right? So that is what you are going to do next. So after that, the next thing you're going to look at, you say, after you've done that Betty, then you create a .o file from your .c files. I believe you understand that. You're going to create a .o file from your .c file. So the code to do that is this: gcc-c, then you use this asterisk, this white card, that asterisk .c. So you are going to create the .o version of this .c files. I believe you understand that. Okay? So if you copy that, you come here. Already have the .o. Let me see what happens. So you put that in, gcc, the c, asterisk .c. So if you click enter, I already have that. Let me see. Okay, it worked. So it's going to give you the .o version of the codes. All All right, so much so that if you list, so you see you have the .o version. These are .c, then you have the .o version. All right, you have the .o version. So after you've done that, please follow suit. This step is very important. These steps are very important. So once you are done with that, the next thing you do is to create this libme.a file. To create this libme.a file. So how do you do that? You use arrow cx, arrow cs. Let me make this bold. So you use this arrow cx libme.a. So to create a libme file. So you come here, you use that to create your libme file. This is the code you use. All right, that's what you use to create a libme.a file. So I have that already. So let me see if it's going to work again. So it will peradventure create two for me right now. So all right, so this is it, libme.a. It has been created. Okay, so it has been created. So after that, let's look through again to see what we have here. I created a guide here. So what you will do next now is to copy all .c files into the libme.a file. So that's the next step. You copy all the .c file into the libme.a file. So you use this. You use this code, almost similar to what you have here. What you add is asterisk O. So to copy all the .c file into the libme.o file you created. So we're going to paste that here. All right. So that's what you enter. So if I run this, it's going to do that. So if I list, so all the .c files have been moved to they have been copied, not moved, rather copied into this libme.o file. All right, they be copied into that. So what am I going to do next? So let me clear here. So the next thing to do is to add and push your code. So for this first one, that's what you do for this first one. All right. So how am I sure that I've done the right thing? All right. So these are various tests. Okay. These are tests. This code you see here, they are tests to test what you have done before you push to your GitHub, to test if what you have done is in order. All right. To test if what you have done is in order. So how do you test? Use this. So I'll just copy what is here. arrow, take note, arrow stands for archiver. So paste. All right. I believe you can see what's happening here. All right. You can see this retained exactly what you have here. So if yours did not, that means your code might be having some errors. So you see all of these .o files were generated correctly and they were returned here. All right. So again, there's another test for us to do. If you come down here, you have this. So what does this do? nm displays the symbol table. You see nm libme.a. It displays the symbol table associated with an object archive library of object or executable file. All right, that is what this does. You see, more like it's different from what you have here. All right, it displays the symbol table associated with an object archive library of objects of executable files. So let's do that. So again, if I copy this, we are testing to see if what we have is what is here. So I paste that. So as you can see what you have here is same with what you have here. That means you are in order. Alright? So that is displays all the 000 TT, MC, whatever is what you have. So let me clear this. So since you are sure that what you did is correct, so the next thing you are going to do right now is to come here and do git add dot, you hit enter. I don't want to push again. Git commit, sorry, your commit message, whatever, update, click enter, then after you hit enter, you do your git what? Push. Once you hit enter, it's going to push it to the remote repository. So once you are done with that, you can come back here and you run your test. Alright, so it's going to be the same as you have here. Alright, it's going to be the same. If there's any challenge, please drop a message in this comment section. Let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about this code. Alright, the next thing we are going to do is this. Right, without library, what have we? We have no past and future. Right, create a script called create static lib.sh that create a static library called liball.a from all the .c files that are in the current directory. So that is what we want to do now. They want us to create a script called this that creates a static library called liball.a from all the C files. So that is what the next thing we want to do right away. So I believe you understood all what we have been talking about. If you have any question, please indicate on the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss how these things work. So again, I'm going to move. I created this note for you. If at any point you are confused on what to do, you can just look into it. So the first thing we're going to do is to create this file. All right, to create this file. So that is what we are going to do first. So this is it. Just pick it from here. Copy, I come back here, I do vi, paste. So again, they told us that it's a script, right? So since it's a script, what is the first content that should be in that script? Come back here. All right, you know the first line of every script should carry this. Okay. This, right? Hashbang, bin bash, it should be on every. So that would be in the first line of this script. All right. So if I hit enter, you see that would be in the first line. So the other would be GCC dash wall pendatic wero westra, that's C. Then you have your asterisk.c. All right. So this is the code. Okay, let me go back. Take note of what they asked us to do. To create a script called this that create a static library called liblof from all the .c files that are in the correct directory. So what this does, this is our GCC, to this code help us. What does it do? Remember, it helps us create a .o version from our .c files. So help us create a .o version. Then we have archive roc liball. This is the name of the file .o. Then we copy the .o files into the liball. That's what this second line of code is doing. All right. That second line of code, it copies all of the .c files into the .o. Okay. Then what is the last one doing? This last one, random library. It helps us to create a random library from, or convert each archive library to a random library. All right. So this random lib, it helps us to convert each A library, which is A stands for archive, to what? To random library. So this is, and of course this is the file name. This is the file name. So that is what you should have in this particular file. So once you have put them in, the next thing you do your escape, WQ, save and quit. So that is what you do for this particular task. So that is that. Again, another name for that would be indexing. Like I said, converting each archive library to a random library is also known as indexing. So that is what you're going to do. Then to list the object files in the library, we use arrow-t. We did that in the first one. And this tool helps you list the O files in the library. It helps you list the O file in the library. So that is that. So let me just. So we come back here. So since we have created that, so you see the same thing here, like I was showing you just now. So this time is liball, not libmind. So we have tested for libmind. So if I copy, let me see if that was done rightly. I paste that here. I hit enter. Alright, just a second. Okay, I've done this already. Alright, I've done this already. Okay, I guess that is why. Do that for your file, you are going to get that right. Okay, I've done that already. Alright, so if I list, you are going to see those files. Alright, so they exist. So see, I've created this as an executable file already. Alright, I've created this as an executable file already. If I wanted this to work, I'll have to create again. So how did I create this to be executable? This last file have to be an executable file. This what is it called? create_static_live.sh. So how yours will not appear like this after you followed my step up to this point. So the last thing you have to do to make it executable like this, chmod u plus x. Believe you remember this. Then the name of the file, the name of the file, which is create this create static live.sh. So that's what you do. Paste. So that's what you do next to make it. Once you hit enter, it will be like this. The color will change to become an executable file. That's what. Remember to do that. The color have to change. You have to make that create static live.sh an executable file. So once you are done, that will be it. You have done what is required of you. All right, done what is required of you. So the next thing you're going to do is to do git add dot git commit M, commit message, update, or any message you want to commit with. Close that, hit enter, then you do your git push. You push to the remote. So once you hit enter, it's going to send your code to the remote, and of course you can come and check this part. Many of us are scared of it, but you don't have to. Come and check your code. So once you've done that, you've carried out what is expected successfully, so your code will be going to check correctly. It's going to check correctly. Yeah, it's going to check correctly, believe me. So I'm glad that we are be able to come to the end of this project. I believe you learned one or two things. Like I said, I promise I'm going to have another video on this project that will explain how the code works. Watch out on this space. And by the way, because you listen to the end of this video, I'm going to have we are having a coding challenge. Please, I'll have you to be a part of that. I'll drop the link in the description into the description section of this video so that you can be a part of that. All right, we share files, we explain, we do a lot of things in that challenge to help you, to make you a better programmer, your journey to be seamless in your programming journey. Believe me, you need a community. Believe me, it's going to help you grow. Thank you guys. Thank you for staying to this point. Thank you. I appreciate it. See you in the next video.